shorter projects on a much more casual level. And so you'll still see stuff coming from Petirep. But today we don't have anything in the Rainbow Dash Presents vein. Instead, we have got like 3 episodes of the Mentally Advanced series, and then, yes, and 2 of which never before seen, 1 of which pirated and available on the internet, but technically not anywhere that we've uploaded. And then we've got 1 more from a new artist named Phoberia, who joined us. We do streams every night, and she was just hanging out in the stream. And she goes, hey, could I like just do a project? And I was like, oh, okay. So I put together a script, and within about a week, she had a minute of video. And so this is just kind of a fun one, but we'll do this at the end, and you guys can see what Phoberia is all about. And then after that, we'll do some Q&A.
All right. So we're
checking out the MLP thread, talking about BABSCon.
So we're gonna start with videos, and then.
We'll do videos and we'll discuss afterward.
Okay.
This is partly because I'm inclined to be critical about myself, and I thought that we'll watch the videos and then I'll complain about how I'm just so unimpressed.
Can I give
with my
live
own
commentary?
You may do afterward.
After? Okay.
You can point out. So, if you weren't aware, when we first started doing the Mentally Advanced series, episode 11 is actually the earliest iteration of stuff that we ever did as that style. I started off doing a bridge series, like Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged. And what that is you basically cut up the original show and then make it into something horrible. And so that's what I did. And we went on like this for a while until we had a big rash of content ID seizures. And this was actually kind of unusual. It's not a cease and desist like some of you guys have believed. So don't worry, it wasn't like a legal thing. Nobody got in any trouble. But we had to tear everything down. We took everything down. And it was lucky we did that because Friendship is Witchcraft didn't do that. And their channel got burned. But we started up episode 24, which is actually mislabeled. It's like episode 22, and my project file is wrong, but I didn't correct it. That was when I came up with a clever idea. I would take the show, and I would do still frames, and Content ID wouldn't catch it. And this was very smart for several months, and then Content ID caught it. So then I said, you know what? I am a man in love with self-flagellation. So I started the negative series, a Mentally Advanced series, where I started teaching myself how to draw, and now I draw very ugly ponies and do pretty much the same thing. But I'm learning how to do Flash now, and Flash is death and hate. It is the worst program that I have ever had to experience.
It is.
But I'm doing my best, and then hopefully we'll have larger projects, and they'll get better, and I'll just keep doing it. But anyway, we're going to start with episode -5. That's going to premiere on the internet on like the 5th or the 6th or something like that. But anyway, in the interest of time, let us begin.
Sneak preview. Oh.
Wait. I've got a different video player. Let me. Sorry. Twilight, I'm bored. Aren't we supposed to be outside learning about friendship or the magic of arse kissing or something? Spike, have you ever read about a sociological model that's not grounded in complete crap? All I ever hear about the social sciences are disparaging comments from you. Well, the social sciences are nearly impossible to test empirically, and my little case studies are the furthest thing from scientific. So the best thing I can learn is the magic of drinking with Applejack on the weekends, but only specifically with Applejack. And those lessons don't generalize over to other ponies unless the lesson is insanely vague. And sometimes not even then. Fine, justify it however you want, but if we keep staying indoors all day, we're gonna get rickets disease from the lack of sunlight. Hey, speaking of disease, I feel like you've been looking a little bit misshapen lately. Oh, that's funny, because lately you've been looking like a real... Ugh, excuse me. I was gonna say you're a bitch. Yeah, what's the letter say? So, alright, I got this chicken blood y'all wanted. Mrs. Cluckerbottom was on her way to doggy kibble, but Granny says she wants y'all to pay us back for the other 3 we had to butcher. Pay her back? I've been ordered to save the town from a dragon. That includes Sweet Apple Acres. She ought to be paying me. I know that, but that ain't how she figures. She thinks, since y'all live here, you'd probably save the town one way or the other just to cover your own butt. And since you're living on a stipend from the government, she don't give a hoot. Y'all asked for chicken blood, so y'all gotta pay for chicken blood. Yeah? Well, next time the town is in danger, I'll come up with a plan that saves everything but the farm. I hate to break this to you, darling, but Granny has no fear of death, and she already views y'all as a product of drunk, irresponsible political nepotism. If y'all destroy the farm in purposeful ignorance, she'll only feel vindicated. Well, I could donate money to a pride parade or something. Well, she's pretty traditional, so that might get her goat, along with a couple other folks I know. But seriously though, do not battle Granny. You may win at the end, but she will make it a Pyrrhic victory. I found the other guys. Alright, great. That means we've got the elements of noisy, stupid, prissy, whatever I represent, and Applejack. That ought to be all we need to get rid of this dragon. What do you need the element of Applejack for? Darling, you're missing an element. No, we're not. This is everybody. Element of kindness? Sugar Cube? Is that you? Are you leaving? Don't walk out on this. No, the element of kindness, dear. You know, yellow gal, pink hair, mumbles a lot and stares at her hooves. Dash? Does she look yellow? Are you colorblind? No. She just has a lot of colors, and sometimes she goes by really fast, so I took a guess. She is as blue as a berry, and she's right over there. Guess again. It's fine, AJ. Okay, guys, here's what's going on. There's a dragon in that cave in the mountains, and it's gonna go to sleep for 1,000 years. The soot from its breath is gonna cause environmental damage and possibly hurt crops, which has Filthy Rich upset, so we're being used to deal with it. Oh, cool. Are we gonna adventure to the top of the mountain and then negotiate with the dragon? Yeah. Then we're gonna eat a bottle of painkillers and throw ourselves off a cliff. Why the hell would we do that? Twilight, can we please cut through your usual sarcasm? Why the hell would we try to negotiate with a fire-breathing dragon? If we had anything to offer it, it would just set us on fire and take whatever that thing was. Twilight, I have 3 orders to fill this month, and I don't have time to go mountain climbing. Good. We're on the same page then, because I don't have time for that either. So here's what we're gonna do. Each of you stand on a point in this star that I've drawn here in sugar. Twilight, I'm starting to get a little apprehensive. What are we doing exactly? You are shutting up and standing there. This should not be the hardest part. Now here, I've got a script for you guys. I'll say the stuff in red, then you guys say the stuff in blue, okay? Oh my, this is a slightly more advanced kind of magic than what I learned in school. Yes, that's because I didn't go to school. I was personally educated by God. Now shut up and read what it says in order. We have to do this ritual. Hey.
What?
Come up here.
Why?
Yes. I said come up here.
Why don't you come down here?
Yes. Don't give me that. You come up here.
What do you want?
Come up here.
I'm busy.
Yes. Do not make me ask you again.
Fine. What do you want? Destroy Ponyville. Yes.
No. There's a dragon in a cave at that mountain. What I want you to do is go up, take this plastic garbage bag, and slide it over the dragon's head. What are you looking at? The dragon should be asleep, and the bag is enchanted to be fire resistant.
I could destroy an army with the flick of my fingers, and you drag me from my soaps in the very bowels of hell, so I may be reduced to smothering a mortal creature with a plastic bag?
Well, I certainly didn't summon you to whine. Okay, I thought of the garbage bag thing first, but then I had this idea, and I wasn't ready to let go of the old plan, so I combined them into one. If the bag doesn't work, just improvise. When the dragon is dead, go back to hell.
The end. I really like your Spike, Greg. Really good job with Spike.
Thank you. If you guys didn't know, Spike is the single most impossible character to draw in that entire series. Like, you'd think he'd work like a person, but he actually doesn't have shoulders. So any kind of skeleton you want to make that you would think would naturally be intuitive doesn't work for Spike.
Yeah, I gave him a little lesson on how to draw Spike after this.
It turns out he's like 2 circles.
It's 2 circles, but you have to do it right.
It's that old trick, how to draw an owl. First draw a circle, then draw the rest of the owl.
Then draw the rest of the owl.
It's the same way.
So I explained the other parts of how to draw the owl.
Yes, but anyway, we don't need Fluttershy, no, we have magic powers.
I like how that episode was about Fluttershy, and Fluttershy is not in your episode at all.
No. I didn't know. No one told me I had to be there. Yes, I actually started building a puppet, and this was actually a terrible idea. I started building a puppet of that demon, and that was the first puppet that I tried to build. It's already a mess. The guy who's been teaching me how to do Flash is probably going to chew me out when he sees what I've done, because I've got, like, pieces of the puppet and all the worst layers. It's a catastrophe, but his name is Abby, and if I finish it, it'll come back. Okay. Anyway, we'll move along to... Oops, no, I don't want to show.
What are we watching next, Greg?
We are watching episode 22 or 3, I've labeled it as 24. I've lied to you. I don't know what it actually is. I don't know what it actually is. Yeah, but anyway, this was basically the second incarnation of the Mentally Advanced series. This was when I was using still frames and to evade content ID, and it was only clever for a little while. But anyway, this is party of 1, and many people were looking forward to this. So like I've said, we've got the cameras rolling, so if anyone wants to pirate this and put this online, it won't be on my channel, but you guys are welcome to risk your own YouTube channels in my stead. So here we go.
Double click.
Twilight! Hey, Twilight. Yes.
What, Pinky?
Pinky sees Twilight's lavender body, and she thinks to herself, yes, maybe Twilight likes to come up and have the party with Pinky. Gummy is here, he is having much fun, and Pinky is here. Yes.
No, I don't want to do that.
It is okay, yes? Pinky has alcohol and a hairbrush. She will brush your hair!
Pinky, in the time I've been here in Ponyville, has it not occurred to you that I don't like large social gatherings? I don't mind being around other ponies, I don't mind taking charge of a group on occasion, but I don't like parties and I don't like crowds.
That is okay, yes? Pinky will lock Gummy in the closet while she brushes your hair. Then it is only the two of us.
No, leave me alone.
Pinky comes! Yes. She bears joy upon her brow.
It's an invitation to a party.
Yes. Pinky brings joy. This is her cutie mark.
That doesn't mean you have to keep doing this until I kill myself. I don't know how to make it more clear. I don't like parties.
Would you like them on a train? Yes.
I do not like them in my brain.
Would you like them in the rain?
Look, I'm not doing Dr. Seuss, okay?
But 3 knights in hand prevailed that day.
Yes, and Hansel and Gretel pushed the witch into an oven. So if you want to follow that line of logic, I'm gonna kill you.
But Twilight goes to the party sometimes. Yes.
Social gatherings are fine on occasion, but you throw the damn things 7 days a week.
Oh, yes. Okay, Pinky gets you. Come to Pinky's party. It is really very grand. Pinky will be disappointed if you can't attend. And then she possessed the audacity to slam the door on Pinky's beclowned nose. There will be retribution. Yes.
So if I'm gathering correctly, what y'all want from me is to go to a party celebrating your imminent revenge on Twilight because she refused to go to your party. So what happens if I don't want to go to this party?
Then your demise will be imminent. Yes.
Yeah? Then what happens?
What form of inquiry is this? Pinky demises you.
Again? Shoot, Pinky. Is it gonna be painful?
Pinky doesn't know that, yes? How dare you put Pinky on the spot? This is an art form.
Well, speaking of demise and artwork, Pinky, can I ask y'all to do me a big favor? Could you quit leaving those pamphlets lying around the farm?
Have you read them? Yes? They contain the truth.
I have, and I love them. Maybe not for the reason you're hoping. My favorite was the one about how rarity is the source of all geopolitical conflict. Very inspired. But the thing is, you drop off like 200 of them, there's only like a couple of us living here on Sweet Apple Acres.
Hey, Jay, you are supposed to pass those around. We are Confederates in the conflict, both Earth ponies spicing down our foes.
I know we are, Sugar Cube, but you didn't ask if I had time to be doing that, and I am super busy. I mean, don't stop bringing by the pamphlets, but just bring like 1 or 2. I'll read it, and Granny's kind of into some of your stuff. She likes some of your more racial leanings, but she's old. Point is, she likes your pamphlets too, but just stop bringing us those great big bundles.
This is extortion. Yes. But Pinky agrees to your shrewd terms. So, do you go to Pinky's party or no? Yes.
Look, alright, I agree with Twilight. You throw these shindigs 7 days a week. It's way too often. I never have time for it. I don't have time for it right now.
Then it would appear we have another for the list of retribution. This is your final act of defiance. Yes.
Alright, thanks for understanding, Sugar Cube. I'll see you next time we get involved in some great big thing.
And that is why Pinky thinks that, yes, if Rarity continues to feed herself as such and puts on the fats at such a ridiculous rate, then all we must do is put you on the butcher block and then we will have food for the masses.
You know, there's a plausible region in which I might have been made to feel guilty about my weight, and you reached it, and then you passed it, and then you just kept going.
Pinky understands if you are in denial about your nature as a gelatinous blob. Yes.
What do you even want, Pinky?
To help you find a place in society. Yes.
You know, I know what you're doing. You're just trying to bait me into an argument, so I'll get sucked into your Pinky thing.
Oh, that could be true. It is a very good hypothesis. Yes. You could just turn around right now and not be baited by Pinky at all. Leave Pinky out here, uncorrected. And then she will think these things about the rarity all by herself, privately. Or, yes, maybe she will tell other ponies.
Or, how about this? I know a lot of stallions. Pinky, have you ever considered getting yourself just knocked up? You've got a lot of energy. I'm sure that some kids could use up a lot of that.
Oh, sure, yes. And then Rarity can babysit them.
No, I mean, sure. Just not as an official, binding agreement. We have to be considerate of my time, but a kid, though. Kids will be like a party every day. You'll have your own party crew. Being a single mom, it's a big adventure.
Pinky loves adventures, yes. But babies would give Pinky the Rarity fats.
Yes. Pinky has growing concern that the others have learned to overcome their natural politeness and now decline Pinky's parties. If this trend continues, yes, Pinky will have to abandon her life purpose and accept that she is a cashier. We must prevent reality from closing in. Yes, we shall conduct the thought experiment.
Why, hello there, Turnips Bucket. Yes, it is a fine small talk we are having today.
Yes, hello, yes, I am Turnips Bucket. You have straightened your hair, Pinky, this is very good.
Thank you, Turnips Bucket. Yes,
Pinky straightened this hair for her party she was having. It took much time for the straightening. Would you like to come to this party?
yes.
No, yes. Turnips Bucket would rather remain at home and conspire against Pinky.
Pinky knew it.
How about this pile of rocks?
Will you conspire against Pinky?
Yes.
Of course. It was also obvious, and this thought experiment proves it.
Yes.
The only question that remains now is where are they getting their funding?
Pinky knows just the informant. It is the poor fool who is always involved and yet always is forgotten.
So, Spike, Pinky will ask you,
Who is providing financial donation to the bucket of turnips in Pinky's bedroom?
I'm sorry, but could you clarify?
Where does a bucket of turnips find money to spread negative propaganda about Pinky's parties? Yes.
Oh, right, conspiracy. Well, it was Mothra. Or if you're looking for something more concrete that you can pursue, Gummy fell in love with Applejack, and they're having sex, and they exchange information.
that is deplorable. Yes, Pinky will correct this wrongdoing.
Jeez, what?
How could you, Applejack? Poor innocent Gummy is underage.
Darling, I'm sure I don't have a clue what you're talking about right now.
We are discussing your sensual, sinuous nature. Yes.
Sensual and sinuous, huh? I've never been called that before. I'm not sure if I should be flattered or flabbergasted. I guess I could be flattergasted.
Okay, Pinky believes you.
Spike,
Applejack is neither sensual nor sinuous, but now she is flabbergasted with Pinky. Yes.
what is the deal?
Oh, well, I guess I was planted with false information, so to throw you off the trail, I guess you're gonna have to find someone else to interrogate.
This is a major setback.
But Pinky does have another lead. This can all be over quickly, bag of flour.
Simply tell Pinky who bankrolls the turnip bucket.
Pinky, yes, you are a cashier.
No!
Hey, Pinky, Mrs. Cake sent me to the balcony to ask if you're done with your smoke break and you're gonna come back to work. Also, I didn't know you smoked. When'd you start doing that?
Pinky is extracting justice.
Okay. Well, there's a line downstairs and I'm on lunch break and I wanted to get a cupcake.
Then go and fetch your paltry cupcake.
But there's a long line, Pinky, and I don't have time to wait for everybody.
Then you will find time in hell.
Get our ending credits and everything. Yay!
So yes, obviously a bit more freedom once you start to draw things yourself. Aside from, so there's like hidden gems in the whole content ID thing, because in the end you wind up with more freedom by switching away from things that will get you zinged on YouTube. But yes, we can do episode 11, but I have to admit, we're basically working backwards in terms of, well, everything really. If I just go to episode 11, I don't know. But what do you got? Yeah, we can show the episode 11. But the tragedy of episode 11 was that I got started on it and then got to a certain point and realized that there was neither footage to do what I wanted and not really a lot of footage in this episode period. It was the episode where they ring and fall, and all they do is run. Run, 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 run. And I thought to myself, like, how can I actually make a parody of this episode that has a coherent story that's not just run, 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 every pony run? And there wasn't a lot available. So I got a ways through it, and then I just quit working on it. And I scrapped it. And then later on came the cutie mark thing. We can... yes, we discussed whether or not we're going to skip... yeah, we'll do it. We'll do it. We'll do it.
Right click.
We'll do it with the correct video play.
Right click, VLC.
Okay.
There we go. Double click. Oh, glitchy.
All right. Dash, are you trying to hit my windows? Well, not on purpose. Is that extra points? No, it ain't. Well, it was still a great throw. I'm kicking your butt, Applejack. What are you talking about? All my shoes are right there next to the stake in the ground. That's the spirit, Applejack. You can still make a comeback. Go on. I believe in you. Well, that one wasn't so bad. I almost made it. No way. You're still miles away from the one I threw on the roof. Look, sweetheart, this has been fun, throwing my footwear around and all, but I think we ought to talk business. Okay. Just one more turn, though, okay? Just one more. All right, just one more. Oh, sorry, Caramel. Okay, your turn. Whew, good throw there, girl. But no, I'm done. You win. Come on. I bet you could at least make it to Caramel over there now that he's sleeping. I bet I could. That one was extra points, by the way. Still, though, we need to talk about our rain situation. I already told them that if I stamped rainbows on it, then that's my signature. I was thinking more specifically of getting rain for the farm. Oh. So how about it? Those apples are treating you good, ain't they? They treat me with disdain. That bucket you gave me fell through the floor of my house and I lost them. Well, you want some more? If Mr. Stormcloud pays Sweet Apple Acres a visit, I got another bucket for you. Really? Sounds awesome to me. One Mr. Stormcloud coming right up. Good dealing with you, Dash. Come on, you stupid horse. It's just a bug. There's nothing to see. I can look at a butterfly if I want to. Oh, right, 'cause you're the boss. Live with it, chump. Well, I cannot believe you came out to see us all on your own, Twy. You're usually such a shut-in. Why would I want to see you? Why? Do I smell? I swear I've taken a bath recently. The entire farm smells like livestock. It's a farm. And it's those dirty sheep.
Text.
I knew the civil liberty to bathe themselves off a schedule was gonna come back and bite me in the ass. Remember the last time that Twilight came over? Yeah, we had to hire someone to get the tractor down. Toothpaste does have silica gel in it, and Dash was wrong. You don't know. I could have been right. So y'all want to warm up for the running of the leaves with us? The run starts tomorrow. No, I'm actually just taking a break. I got something to do. Come on, Twy. You need to lighten up a little. It's important, and I think you know what I never thought was important? Toothpaste. Seriously. Tell you what. Why don't you stick around and just tell us what you've been teaching yourself lately? So anyway, the point is that toothpaste is 2,430 parts per million fluoride, whereas drinking water only contains 1 part per million. If you guys keep doing push-ups like that, you're gonna pop the blood vessels leading to your brain, you know? Strenuous exercise leads to a skyrocket in blood pressure. Oh, speaking of which, I was reading this interesting article on the calcification of cholesterol in blood. Did you know that the process typically begins at a young age? Oh my, would you look at the time? It's all been wasted, you stupid animals! Why's your wings all tied up, girl? Did y'all escape from Pinky's basement again? No, I'm on probation. Probation? What for? Embezzling rain, apparently, but I filled out all the embezzlement forms. You filled out the what now? Wait, y'all can embezzle rain? Dash, have we been embezzling rain? Yeah, but I filled out the forms, so it's friggin' legal. So I'm not sure if I'm in trouble because I filled out the forms wrong, or if it's because they're illegible. There's forms that make embezzling legal. Yep. Twilight, are there forms that make embezzling legal? What have you been embezzling? Apples? I mean, how can you embezzle from your own family business? Is that why you're behind on your mortgage payments? Hey, what's the difference between embezzlers and twizzlers? Because I think I kind of twizzlers on the floor. I'm behind on my mortgage payments because my stupid brother keeps spending our money on his stupid little friends. I didn't see a twizzler for him at the office. You mean Caramel? Yeah, I saw them in the barn the other day. He was supposed to be bucking apples. Oh, maybe we're in trouble because I've been twizzling rain. Isn't Caramel's last name Apple? Yeah, by marriage. Then your brother was totally bucking apples. I don't want to hear about that.
Behold, Pinkie Pie. Pinkie stole the balloon and now she owns the sky. Now that Pinkie is in the air, they cannot silence her. Yes, they dare not bring Pinkie down with all of you watching. Pinkie is watching them. Yes.
Hey, where'd you get that balloon?
Nowhere around. It is Pinkie's. Trust her.
Alright, look, I know there's not much point in trying to negotiate, but I know that's Twilight's balloon, and I know that you've stolen it. Really, I just want to know when you're gonna return it, and I wanted to beg you not to do anything illegal with it. Okay, never mind. I'll just go and I'll make the police report now.
Spike, do you tire of your needless oppression?
I don't know, kind of. Every single night I stay up waiting on Twilight. She owns my sleep schedule because it's not until she goes to bed that I can finally clean everything and rest myself. Then I wake up early the next morning to cook her breakfast. I do my best, but all she ever does is critique. At times, I think to myself, she's vulnerable when she's sleeping. She never knew. I tell myself, you can do it, Spike. I watch her. My pure hate caresses her body, willing her to cease breathing. And every night I stop myself only to cook another plate of those damn pancakes. The same thing every morning. I'm nothing but a device. I deliver mail and wash the dishes. My teeth grate. My brow sweats. My head swims with impotent frustration. I'd give anything to be free of it, but I don't know where I'd go or what I'd do if I were. I wish she and everyone else were gone so I wouldn't have to think of it anymore. So I'm a bit tired of being oppressed. Not that I want to dwell on it or anything.
Pinkie Pie can give a voice to your slave face.
You can.
You trust Pinkie. Now just grab hold. Yes, and now Pinkie Pie has the hostage.
Shoot, was that the starting gun?
Yeah, I think it was just another practice go.
The race was supposed to start about a half hour ago. Whose idea was it to put an Earth Pony in charge of the starting gun? He's been trying to figure out how to operate the thing with his team.
Maybe we should just start running. Everyone will follow us.
Okay, just go.
You can try to close your ears to Pinkie, but you are still pink on the inside. Yes. Maintain our course, and be sure you do not lose our filthy, reluctant quarry.
But I can't.
Why? Yes.
It's a balloon. I can't control it. It's just going wherever.
Very well. Pinkie now has a plan. Yes, Pinkie will now solve all the problems. Hey, Applejack! Never mind.
Nice fall. That was so graceful.
Oh, very funny, Miss Participation Award.
Just because we're trapped in another mandatory government mood swing doesn't mean I'm gonna get all sweaty.
I know, we just cleaned up winter, but hey, the running's good for you.
Okay, I'm not making small talk with you.
Hey, do y'all think you could maybe cut the bitch out? I don't know, for like when my birthday is coming up or something.
Oh, well, I'm trying to tell you, you're not gonna get another birthday.
What's that supposed to mean?
Oh, hey, did you hear about those 2 ponies that got arrested for stealing from the government? Oh, yeah, they were the Elements of Harmony. Hey, didn't Celestia organize that team? Well, she sure did. I wonder if she's incompetent.
Oh, I think we're on the same page now.
Yeah, and also bad news.
Oh, well, I'm not ready yet. Hang on a minute.
She's coming to town today for some kind of weather-related problem.
Did I not just tell you that I wasn't mentally prepared for that? Damn it. It's all right. Maybe she's still just investigating.
Oh, there we go. I was in.
Yeah. Sorry about that. I've warned. What happened was, it turned out that Dash had filled the rain reservoirs with toothpaste because of an argument they'd had where Dash believed you could make it rain toothpaste, and Twilight believed that it was not that kind of liquid. So that's where we were going to go with it. But every scene after that was just ponies running. They never held still for long enough for me to actually make them hold a conversation. So that was where it derailed. And you can see we had some editing things. It wasn't polished, so I never really did finish it. But that one's been pirated. You can find that one on the internet.
Also, cool to note the different Dash sounds.
Yes, absolutely.
Just like 2 years ago.
Yeah, she's changed a lot. She started off more as a Christopher Walken and has now gotten to be much more high-pitched. But anyway, so that's kind of going backwards from most recent to least recent. But this is actually the most recent thing that we put together here. This last one, this Griffins Kenza take. This is because we had
right click.
Right. This was we have a couple female voice actors. We've got April, Kenza, and a lady who likes to go by Spottable Bus. And Spottable Bus was going to help us out with this one, but she could not get a hold of a good mic. She's actually a linguist, so she speaks multiple languages and had a really keen Russian accent. But because she wasn't available, we wound up going with Kenza, who was my sweetheart. So anyway, this is just like a 1-minute one by an artist named Foburia. She might help us out going on into the future, but we'll see. I've got to talk to her and see what she wants to do, but she was really excited about this and got through it real quick. Anyway, here we go.
What the better part of my younger years to you, lazy good-for-nothings. My father survived the war to see we had lost to a bunch of marshmallow horses. We trained for months.
Years.
Years! And what does our team get? We come from 3rd place in pony competition.
Was a pony competition. Is rigged for pony.
Not to be ruining spirit of competition, but Olga, 3rd place is still good.
Not when only 3 teams is competing, Tonya!
How is Crystal Pony at 40's games anyway? is trapped for 1,000 years in magical golf face.
Tonya! Yellow Pony finds dead bird by side of racetrack. Spends 2 hours trying to resuscitate bird. Why is Griffin third place?
Yellow Pony was very upset about her bird, Olga. I did not want to pass her and seem like the asshole in front of everyone.
I hear rumors that all ponies are lesbians. Maybe a source of their power. Maybe our team should be trying this.
You are all disgrace! Hit showers! Gaston gets cold shower!
Are we taking regular showers or trying the lesbian shower?
Everyone gets cold platonic showers!
So that was Phoberia, slightly more competent artist than I, and she may help us with more of that stuff, probably just like 1-minute shorts that we'll do. I don't know if it'll all be Griffins, but I'll talk to her and see what she wants to do. I haven't, like I said, she rushed this together for the con, and this was the product.
There you go.
Yeah, we've got about 10 minutes for questions, I guess.
Don't we have till...
Oh wait, how long do we have?
7:15?
7:50? Oh, good. We've got like a half hour for questions.
Yes.
So that is what we will do now.
And be sure to repeat the questions when they say it, like into the mic, so everyone can hear.
All right, sounds good. So thanks for everybody who joined in.
All right, so if you have a question, go ahead and raise your hand.
Okay.
And we'll just point.
I get there in the ears, the white ears with the first one. We'll get to the next one. Okay. He asked, how did I come up with the individual voices for the ponies?
Oh, one second.
And,
Can I ask if everyone just kind of keep their voices down? Please? Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. Yes. How did I come up with the voices? And with the My Little Pony characters, actually, they started off when I was kind of trying to mimic some of the other voices. Like Applejack, you can tell, was basically just Applejack, or pretty much just my own voice, but with a southern accent, and just a little bit higher. And Rainbow Dash started off as Christopher Walken. She way back in the day was I built that thing over there with my hooves and my mouth. But Petirep kept drawing her. When I started doing Rainbow Dash Presents with Petirep, he drew her cuter and cuter every episode, and so my voice kept going up higher and higher
Until I got to be in this really high, fun-loving, I'm so glad to see you guys here at this con.
And but it was great though because it made the character a lot more fun to voice act, and it made her a lot more fun in general. And yes, but. Most of them were just kind of based, they started off based on something. Pinkie Pie was the cultist from Dawn of War, if you guys are familiar with that.
We will capture it for chaos, and then you will grant us the powers of the dark gods.
And so that's what she was based on. So that's where they came from originally. These days, I just try and see what I can get away with, and sometimes they hurt my voice quite a lot. I did a Zaphon character not long ago, which was more up here and is similar to what I did with the demon. And I can only do this for approximately 30 seconds before I have to stop because it's terrible. But yes, we got hands up. The pink, you're very bright. So you. Yeah.
What was it?
How did I think of doing Rainbow Dash Presents?
That is a weird story.
It is a very weird
I don't even
story.
think you can. Can you do that story?
Can I repeat this story in a mixed audience, in a PG-13 audience? I can. I can tell you that I came up with Rainbow Dash Presents when I was, I browse 4chan quite a lot. So I have a pretty jaded view of the internet. Anyway, somebody posted a story, and it was a rather adult story about Rainbow Dash and the Wonderbolts. And what it was is that Rainbow Dash is doing her thing with the Wonderbolts, and it was pretty well written. I mean, it followed the character really well. And then they go to the showers, and things get showery. And and that's when it took a turn where the writer appeared not to really understand the material that he was writing about. And so I thought to myself, who would write a story like this? And I thought maybe like a creature that had heard about this sort of thing, but maybe like really hadn't heard much in detail. And so I thought like a praying mantis, for example, because when they do that sort of thing, the female will then kill the male. And then so there's no way that you could talk to your friends like, how was it, buddy? You don't know, your friend died. But then I thought he had to have hands, beautiful hands, like Fat Man from Metal Gear Solid. And that's why in some of the Mentally Advanced episodes, Rainbow Dash Presents episodes, we have a little mantis that goes around on roller skates whenever we have like a weird innuendo kind of situation.
It's the most obscure, hard to explain
It's
reference.
it's a story. but watching this fanfic and thinking of how bizarre and out of character it was, I couldn't help but think about like, what would happen if you really tried to do this with like Rainbow Dash? And I just kept thinking about how like, like if we did it with our version of Rainbow Dash, she would very quickly like tell you about something she ate that morning and just spoil the mood. And so that was the inspiration for the whole Rainbow Dash Presents thing.
Right.
And so Petirep had sent me fan art. And so
I sent you fan art for just one of the mentally advanced episodes. Because I actually was following the mentally advanced series before I started working on it. And I was a big fan of it, so I sent in fan art for the COSORV, COSORV.
COSORV, recycle.
Yeah, there we go. And he liked it a lot, so he asked me, like, hey, are you interested in maybe doing a series on it? At the time, I was just starting off as an artist, and I was like, yeah, I'd love to do that. And that's just kind of how it started. I started drawing. I actually started off on an iPad. I don't recommend doing that for too long, but I mean, but it worked. So first couple episodes are iPad before I switched over to a competent drawing machine.
Yeah, but it just went from there. We just kind of plunged into it, and that was it. And yes, you in the front.
Who is your favorite character to voice?
Favorite character to voice?
Oh, my
Go
favorite
ahead.
characters, yes. My favorite characters to voice are the ones with the most excitement and energy. Because when you do them, like you want to gesture or sometimes stand up. When I used to do Pinky, I used to get so excited that I would overheat. Like I could feel like the blood rushing to my face. Because I would sit there and I would like scream at the mic. Like I would have to get up and then bend over and just do Pinky screaming all day. So these are very exciting, exhilarating characters to voice for. Rainbow Dash too, because you have to be in a very friendly mindset. So those are my favorite. Pinky and Rainbow Dash are the ones that I like the most. This guy here.
Will we be seeing any more Aurora in any future cartoons of sorts?
Potentially.
There's no plans, but I mean, you know, it's always potentially possible.
Yeah, we could. My friend who does that, he's expressed interest in helping us out and doing stuff again. I mean, I still know him. His name is DeMarcus. We did a video with him.
A short-run series called Remarkable DeMarcus.
Yes, Remarkable DeMarcus. Remarkable DeMarcus. He's a pretty great guy, but actually I have an amusing story. One of the reasons why we set him up to play Aurora was because when he delivers his lines, he's pretty good. But he was the guy who flubbed his lines more than anybody else. So we were like, let's have him do like a Bill Cosby pony, and then like, and then when he delivered his lines and he delivered them wrong, we were just like, good, print it. And that's how we got it. In fact, most of Enunciation Emergency was him, like, it's all written out. There are actually lyrics, but we just had him do the whole song in a single take, and that's what we got. So, yeah. We'll get on the other side. We'll go back and forth. In the glasses.
What inspired Thrakkerzod, Sweetie Belle?
Yes, Thrakkerzod. Thrakkerzod actually comes from our old beef with Friendship is Witchcraft, which we won't go into very much because it's drama and they're here, and if I say anything nasty, they'll come find me. But but anyway, what happened with that was they kept leaving comments, and apparently now they say that they never watched the videos, but they kept leaving comments on the videos, and they were like, it's great, but you need to add more Sweetie Belle, and stuff like that. And so they kept doing that, and so finally, for the stinger of one of our episodes, I proclaimed that there never was and never would be a Sweetie Belle. So we had a demon, Twilight summoned a demon from the outer regions of space, and it possessed and erased Sweetie Belle. And now we have Thrakkerzod. So there will never be a Sweetie Belle. There never was. All points in time, all universes, no Sweetie Belle. So, it's in the front.
So my friend who couldn't be here, she had a question, and her question was, why are the female characters voiced by a guy?
What's with the gender-swapped voices?
Why do we do that? We get that one a lot. What's wrong with Big Mac? What's wrong? Okay. The reason for this was because when I first started doing this thing, it was actually somewhat of an exercise of spite. Not really, but I'd been working with another group, and it didn't pan out, and I split off from them. And so I was the only one involved in any of this at this time. I was just sitting there, and I downloaded Vegas, and had no idea what I was doing. This is pretty much that's my entire experience with everything in the My Little Pony fandom from the very beginning to end. I have no idea what I'm doing, but I had no other voice actors. It was just myself, and all the characters were female. So I just did the voices and called that good. and I did that, and the second episode had Big Mac in it. So it was too late. It was too late for me to find a female voice actress for Big Mac because I hadn't even thought of it. And then after I did that episode, it occurred to me, I was going to need more voice actors because I could only do so much, and I couldn't really do female voices. So I went to my friend. She likes to go by the moniker Spottable Bus. I went to my friend. She's a linguist. And I said, hey, do you want to help me do voices for snips and snails? And she's like, what do you want me to do? I'm not really comfortable with voice acting. And I said, well, you don't have to be comfortable with voice acting. You're studying Swedish and German, right? Could you just read out of a Swedish and German cookbook and then we'll just put subtitles? And so she goes, yeah, I could do that. So after that, we started to use female voice actresses for all the male characters, and it just became tradition. So
Except for Big Mac, because he'd already had a voice.
it was already too late, and so now he has a mayor's voice, and I can't undo it. So, yes.
So that's where that came from.
That's how
Here,
that
let
happened.
me pick one.
Yes.
Black hair.
Okay, black hair. Yes, it's actually dark brown. But anyway.
Oh, well.
Anyways, I had a question is there a story about how you got into the fandom?
How did you get into the fandom, Greg?
Oh, I was on 4chan, and yes, I was always big on TG. I was the traditional gamer guy, and so I liked Warhammer and the hero system and dungeons. Big nerd, huge nerd, always a huge nerd. And TG had the worst mods on all of 4chan. They would ban you for the dumbest things. It was always so frustrating. So one day, the mods posted a sticky on TG saying, henceforth, ponies are banned forever. And I thought to myself, anything the mods hate must be wonderful. So I went to go check it out, and that's how I got into it.
And then for me, I was just following Twitter or Weird Al. Weird Al retweeted some PMV of Polgarama or something, and that was the first time I saw it. And I'm like, what is this? And I was like, I got to figure out what this is. And then I just saw all these videos. I'm like, why are people making this? I don't get it. And then eventually I started watching the episodes, and of course it's a downward spiral from there. You all know.
You're just like, what is the deal?
In the back.
Oh.
Are you doing more Let's Plays with voices inside the reality of the game, not in Mecha Warrior?
Oh, you mean the actual Mech Warrior thing, where I'm voicing throughout the game? If I can. I've had some recommendations for that, but Mech Warrior is unique in that I was actually able to strip all the sound out of the game and then reconstruct it with original sound effects and everything. I don't know how many games I could get away with that in, but if I figure out more than I can do. World of Tanks? I don't know. If I've got to be able to figure out how to construct a story around it is the other thing. So I might, but I don't know. So we'll see, though. I'll make it up as I go. Who are you pointing?
Well, the guy in the back has had his hands up.
His hands up first? Okay, yes. Guy in the back. In the buttons.
Buttons.
Oh, sorry. Just
Light
behind
blue.
you.
Light blue. In the back. Where did I come up with the art style? Well, I mean, I didn't really come up with the art style. It just kind of developed on its own. I mean, I was just trying to copy the show style, and then I just did things differently and liked certain things more than other things, and I just did it a certain way. I like big round heads and big eyes with the eyes drawn a specific way. So it just kind of developed on its own. That's just how it wasn't a conscious effort to make the design. It just kind of came on its own.
Flowed out of your soul.
Yes.
Like a river.
Like a river.
It was beautiful. Over here on the left.
20%.
Yeah.
Okay, what would you say was your favorite episode of Rainbow Dash Presents that you worked on?
Favorite episode of Rainbow Dash Presents?
Yes. Somebody asked me this yesterday. I don't really have a favorite episode because they're all a little bit different in tone and demeanor. And so they're kind of fun in different ways. So you go through and, they appeal for different reasons.
I have a favorite. I think Bittersweet is my favorite. Just because it was it's the one I really was really happy with how it turned out, and as far as my personal art, I have the least personal complaints about my art in that one, and also I think it was really well constructed. So. But Milo Dashi's good too. I like a lot of them. But I think that was my favorite.
In the blue shirt.
Is this Buzzy based on a toy that you had or knew or saw at some point?
Mrs. Buzzy.
No. Mrs. Buzzy was just kind of made up out of the blue. I can't remember. I just thought that you should have some kind of adorable stuffed animal, and I thought, like, what's more adorable than a bumblebee? I mean, like, aside from a teddy bear, I guess. But,
He's got a bumblebee.
Oh yes, Mrs. Buzzy. That's cute. We'll give the guy with the Mrs. Buzzy a question. Yeah.
Why does the universe hate Mrs. Buzzy, Greg?
Why does the universe hate Mrs. Buzzy? Well, if you guys don't mind some spoilers, what we were planning to reveal at the end of the whole Equestria Primates thing was because Celestia's dad is connected to the universe in the most peculiar of ways, and Celestia just likes to make Twilight miserable. So her eternal misery is the reason why the universe hates Mrs. Buzzy. Let's go with this guy here in the front. No.
Sing the Rubber Ducky song.
Yes. Rubber Ducky, you're the one who makes bath time loads of fun.
Red shirt. Girl in the red shirt.
I haven't watched any of your guys' work since Captain Hook and the Biker Gorilla.
No.
That's good. That's good.
I'm honestly interested again. I know this is hard for any of us to make fan work to do, but did you recommend what you personally would want me to watch first?
We've done a lot of good stuff since Captain Hook and the Biker Gorilla. I would recommend Bittersweet, which is my favorite one that I just said. And,
Alicorn Day.
Alicorn Day.
Yeah.
Don't miss Alicorn Day.
Alicorn Day.
Actually, we should talk about, like, the Alicorn Day was something we threw together in a week because we wanted to get it out, like, before the premiere of the episode.
Yeah.
The finale episode of season 3. And, I worked just, like, the full week to get it done before, and we uploaded it, like, the night before.
We made it, like, hours before the premiere. We were just
premiere.
just before it. Yeah, that one's a good recommendation because it's short, but it's also chock full of jokes and a lot of, like, a lot of criticism, too. It's actually a really good one for the fact that we really did hash it together very quickly.
And people were surprised that we were able to properly critique the episode without having seen it.
we knew. Yes.
As it turns out, these things are pretty formulaic.
Yeah.
And then also, you should watch My Little Dashie, which is the other big one. So.
Yeah. So it's fun, especially if you like Batman.
Yeah.
And the hat.
And
Yeah.
Political satire? Oh, for sure.
Yes. Actually, what I was thinking of doing, one thing that I wanted to do was a series called Congressmen's. And we talked about this. And this actually wasn't going to be heavy politics. What it was going to be is it was going to set up in our little monkey world where My Little Dashie was set.
Banana Republic.
The Banana Republic. Yes, we were going to have red and blue political teams. And instead of being like actual politicians somewhat, they were going to be more like just like Legends of the Hidden Temple teams, more or less.
It's just very petty and competitive.
Very petty and full
They
of
hate the
for
other
each
team because they're not their team.
Yeah, every platform is an excuse to just bash the other team and everything like that. We might see more of that. I'm going to ask Phoberia if she might be up for that. We might do like 1-minute shorts. But I haven't talked to her. She expressed an interest in pony stuff, but we'll see. If not, I've been talking a little bit to other people and just kind of seeing like what flies and what doesn't. We had another guy, but he dropped off the face of the earth. So it's a hunt, and we'll see what I do.
Have you seen the GOP gameplay?
Let's
Play of GOP. It's the official game of the Grand Old Party. Yes.
It was a weird one. It popped up very briefly, but what it was is it was like a propaganda game where some group for the GOP was trying to get like millennials to go out and vote, but it was just like so badly implemented. But the guys who made it though were so thrilled. They were talking about like merchandise and things like that. Like, we're gonna make a killing on this GOP game. It bombed so hard. But
yeah, you should look up his Let's Play of GOP if you haven't seen it.
Yeah, the government's like 30 years behind in everything. There was no way that they were never gonna make a good video game. In the back with the hat.
Yes, made it. All right. Will Fluttershy ever stop saying sorry?
Will Fluttershy ever stop saying sorry?
No. No, because there's a psychological trick behind it. The reason why we make her so sorry all the time and make her so pathetic is especially in the early season, you notice how Fluttershy was actually a little bit snarky in the show? Like they kind of had that thing where they were talking and she's like, don't you worry your little head, Pinky says to her. And she goes, I'm a year older than you. Or there was that other scene where they were talking and like Rainbow Dash was like, oh, I'm so nervous. And Fluttershy's like, oh, I'm sure you won't screw up in front of everyone and make a complete fool of yourself. And, you know, she would snipe at them a little bit. And what these are reminders from the writers that Fluttershy is not a total pushover. So that when she suffers, okay, wait, 5? Okay, so when she suffers, it's a reminder that she's not like just taking it lying down. But the reason we just have Fluttershy be perpetually sorry about everything and just take everything as her fault is because the more you see that, the less sorry you feel for her. You eventually just start to get angry that she doesn't ever stand up for herself. And then you begin to revel in her suffering. And so it's actually, it's an intentional thing, and no, she will never stop. Here on the left. Oh,
Favorite Legend of the Hidden Temples game?
Team.
Team. Oh, okay.
Man, I don't know. Purple parrots, maybe, for me?
I can't answer that. I don't know enough.
Purple parrots? I liked birds when I was a kid. What's that? Favorite artifact, the silver monkey, of course.
Silver monkey.
Of course. In the pink.
Yes, Pinky has a question.
Yes. Good Pinky, though.
What would you recommend to somebody who is like really good at just drawing but wants to make picture ponies move?
What? I guess that's for me.
Ooh, yeah, that's for
What do I recommend? Well, if you want to actually like get into actual animation, you should struggle with learning Flash, and do it the right way. But if you want to do it the lazy way, or it's actually not lazy if you actually are good at Flash. But if you want to do it the way I did it, I do After Effects basically, where I'll draw the individual elements in Photoshop and do additional animation in After Effects. But those are a little expensive, so you should probably learn Flash if you want to do it right. But I don't do things right.
Flash has been funny. It's been a mess. Like, for whatever I've learned about art, as soon as you get into Flash, just forget it all, because Flash will fight you. I already got a question from you. You're on the left.
Is Pinky still doing web blogs, or did her webcam break?
Yeah, it's broken.
It's broken. Part of it was that we also didn't want to stretch that joke out too much, because we try to think about, you get into like copyright law, and the fact that neither of us are lawyers already makes that really dangerous territory as far as that goes. So we were like, how long should we stretch out the vlog joke? Because what it's based on is there's like 1 billion pony Tumblr blogs, and they're all kind of ridiculous and out of character. We were like, what if we just actually had a pony make a blog? Wouldn't it be the same mundane crap that you see on YouTube all the time?
Yeah, but with a pony in it.
Yeah, but with a pony. So that's what we did. We had like
revolutionary.
Yes, dinky unboxing.
I wanted to do that, but I just never got around to like doing an actual dinky unboxing video. She'd be like struggling to open up a package with her hooves, and like you know how hard it is to open up a DVD with hands. Imagine opening up a DVD with like hooves, where you're just like smashing it with your feet. Okay, white puffy sleeve. Over there. Wait, can you repeat that a little louder? Oh, Five Nights at Pinky. Is that a fanfic? Oh, I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We may not. I think we're, like I say, Rainbow Dash Presents is on indefinite hiatus, so we're doing probably short stuff in the future.
Yeah.
We joked a bit about doing some other stuff, but
Yeah.
that's the thing is indefinite hiatus is
There's no solid answers.
Yeah. Okay, we're being told it's time to wrap up. So I'm afraid that's got to be it, everybody. Thanks for coming by. I appreciate it.
Yes.
Oh. On your way out, I've got some download cards. If you guys want to just get the music that we use for our Mentally Advanced series, if you want to grab some of those.